everyone. How are you? Which one is upside down? Middle one? Yeah. Okay. The model. Okay. Hello, my name is Premise Martin, and I am the inventor, CEO, CCO of Pettylicious LLC. And I'd like to introduce you to the Petty Flop. Now, the Petty Flop is a dual-purpose flip-flop. The reason I came up with this idea is a lot of us, women and men, we have a high arch in our inner foot line, and I'm not able to wear a regular flip-flop. As a matter of fact, the regular flip-flops can cause this, which is called clawfoot. The two toes that we constantly grab onto that one thong can cause your toes to cramp, and this is what they would look like. However, if you wear my flip-flop, the Petty Flop, your feet will have a perfect, unaffected foot. My shoe separates all 5 toes, and it comes with a plastic covering on each separation. Now on the separations, you can clip and snip and pull them off so that you can wear them for your comfort. While I'm here, I'd like to pass these to the judges so that they can see for themselves. This one is one with the plastic, and this is without. In addition, when I designed these shoes, I wanted to make sure comfort was key because a lot of the rubber flip-flops are not comfortable. There's an Eva memory sole foam. Most regular flip-flops are made narrow. I designed mine wider at the top so that you won't have that slide to the side where the pinky toe kind of hangs off as you're walking, and sometimes when it's raining, your pinky toe gets wet on the rubber sole. Mine are made and designed with Eva memory sole, so that after you wear it for 24 hours, the sole foams into your foot, and it kind of custom fits to you. Now, most of us all complain about our feet being too long, or, oh, that makes my foot look wide. I custom designed the shoe to cut off heel to toe, which I was allowed to do because of the fact that it's an outdoor shoe, meaning your toes are not covered. It's not a closed-in shoe. So that way you can cut heel to toe. So once you put it on, you may think, oh my gosh, it's too short, my heel is right at the top. But if you take notice, at the top here, you have a lot of black material, which means if your heel is here, after 24 hours of wear and your foot has formed into the mold, your toes will move up. And the next day, you'll see your toes perfectly here and your heel perfectly here. Now this shoe, the reason I call it dual purpose, you can put it on in the morning, go grocery store shopping. Oh my gosh, I have a pedicure appointment. Run to the salon, get it done. When you're done with that, you just leave. You don't have to sit there and waste another half an hour to let them dry. They'll dry while you're still doing everything that you normally do. Most of us know that currently we have the regular flip-flop with the paper towels between it, and that annoyed me, and I said it has to be a better way, and this is my better way, and I hope that you guys will join me on the trip to a better way. I do have a design for men, and then the men's will not have rhinestones, so do not be afraid. They will have a soft leather, camouflage, and a black and white. And I have quite a few other designs. I have 12 CAD designs for the entire product. My goal is to create an entire foot care wear line. And again, the arch support is key. And that's it. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Okay, we'll just start with Ruth and we'll go right on down, okay?
Can I ask a few questions?
Yes.
What type of retail do you think that you would be able to sell this at?
Currently, I think I could be able to sell it at $34.95 high end. $24.95 is what I'm currently selling it on my website. I do have a website. Cost, as being a new entrepreneur, my background is really accounting. I've been an accounts payable analyst, and the idea came to me in a vision last year, and I've been working on it. I just got my first production October, and I did my first appearance at a trade show at Jacob Javits, and in 2 days I sold 167 pair. From there, I did learn that I need to create 2 additional larger sizes because my first production, I only created small to extra large. So I've since created Divalicious and Fabulicious, which are for taller women and longer foot size, and taller women with a wider foot size, so Fabulicious, Divalicious. I am trademarked. I have been issued my design patent with the number, so I'm so excited about that. And any additional questions?
If I'm a retailer, what kind of margin can I expect to make? So cost-wise, what would you expect to, if I'm Bed Bath & Beyond? I like the product, by the way. It's a great idea.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm not going to be into it. I have just recently found a new manufacturer. My first manufacturer, I used a middleman. I had no idea what I was really doing, and I kind of paid a lot for it. So I can sell it moving forward at $10.
Okay, so it's a healthy margin.
Yes,
So
it's a healthy. I don't want to, I've got a Shark Tank. I don't want to value, and I don't want anyone not to like the product, but if you feel passionate and you understand what I mean when I'm speaking of how we wear those little flip-flops with the stuff between you, yes, $10.
I'm sorry, my last question,
Yes.
because I know everyone needs to get a shot here. What type of packaging do you foresee selling it in?
Well, I created this little bag that says Pettylicious on the front. Instead of having an actual shoe box, I wanted to have a display bag so that you can carry it over your shoulder, throw it in your purse, or throw it out in the car, leave it in the trunk, and it will never be dirty. In addition to that, I don't have it displayed here, but as I said before, I have designed 12 different products. One is a larger bag, and it folds up into a little bean bag, smaller than this, and you have one?
Somebody gave it to me as a gift. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. And then you open it up, and it's a huge, like, beach type bag. So, but this will be the main package. This is the packaging that I have designed thus far. However, if there's any consideration, or if it's brought to me, if I wanted to sell my trademark, or if I wanted to be a business partner investor, I am open to consideration of other suggestions. But thus far, this is what I created on my own. Everything from last year, January to now, I've done on my own. And I just got 3 months, 9 weeks, sold 167 pairs. I'm very excited.
Oh, that's fantastic. Good for you.
You have great energy. You're
Thank
really, it makes me want to buy something from you. So that's great. You're very good with that. Just a couple of recommendations. You went through the whole claw foot, the unaffected foot. That's great because there's a medical reason for that.
Yes.
You might want to try to get a doctor's endorsement.
Okay.
Some type of an endorsement so that when you're talking about how this is better, it's proven. If you have that.
Fox, CBS. Okay, this is Fox News, Business News. It tells you why you should not. Do not wear these flip-flops. It tells you why not to wear a regular flip-flop. And this is from CBS. It tells you why you should wear a flip-flop with arch support. I have them in packages. I didn't know you were coming. I made blue for you, and I made 2 green ones for you too. I feel so bad. I was going to hand them to you as I walk away.
Yeah, that's great. But if you have an endorsement, so that's good information.
Yes.
But if you have this is doctor endorsed,
Yes.
that it's medically better for you, then it gives people that have maybe an issue with their feet to say, oh wow, medically I should be buying this, as well as I could use it, it's going to be comfortable, and when I go get a pedicure, this is great for me to use. So so I think you have a bunch of stuff here, and you could probably expand on that piece of it a little bit. The other thing with the packaging that's really cute, except for you have to think about once you get it to a store, how is somebody going to know what size it is? See, you have 12 different designs. They're going to be opening every package to see what's on the inside. As a, if you're doing it through, the internet, you're just mailing to them. They're picking it from your site. But if they're there, that's why the ease of the box when you're doing shoes, or maybe if you had a cutout or something.
I have a matchbook, and inside the matchbook there are little miniature nail files. On the matchbook, it has on the back of it if it's small, large, extra large, and it will hang across here as well. It's black with the same logo on it, so all you have to do is flip it over. My vision of what I envisioned to be when it's in a store like Nordstrom's, I envisioned a palm tree standing yay so high with these limbs out. Not a real one, but a cardboard one similar to this, but strong enough and sturdy enough to hang these on them as they're hanging like bananas from a tree. That's kind of the creative vision I had. But the matchbook that I mentioned would have you flip it over, it will say large, extra large, and then they would already know what's inside it, right, too. But I will try to think of something different.
Just think about, when people are shopping, think about yourself, whether you're in a food store, a drugstore, and sometimes when you go to a Nordstrom's, you might take a little bit more time.
Right.
But when people look at a product, it's seconds.
Right.
It's just about 3 seconds to grab your attention. So if you're saying all that information, so somebody just walking by goes, oh, black, 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 everything's black, they might not get close enough to look at that little match. But,
Right.
you know, so you might want to
put it somewhere on the bag.
somewhere on there, or maybe different colors of that bag or something to say, hey, what is that, and get them to walk over.
Great. Thank you very much. Well noted.
Love your energy.
Thank you.
Love your energy and your enthusiasm. That sucks you in the minute that you start. A few of the things that are really important to me is, why is this such a big problem? And what research have you done to find out that the audience of women versus men who find that they must have something with an arch? We know medically,
Yes.
you should. But in reality, who's really not buying current products on the market because there isn't an arch? And how many people do have arch issues? To be able to say there are now X numbers of millions of women that have this particular claw foot, arched issues, whatever, so they need a product like this. We want to know what makes this better than every other flip-flop on the market.
Okay.
So you need to do a little bit more homework on that.
Okay.
And with men, is this an issue with men? Are men as concerned? You may not need to go into those SKUs with the male flip-flop.
Okay.
It may not be as much of an issue. I don't know the answer. I'm playing devil's advocate here. So I think that's really important. Also, whereas you said you have 12 different designs,
Yes.
and you have, is it 5 sizes per design?
When I say 12 different designs, I should have used the word 12 different products.
Okay.
For an entire foot care line, meaning I've already had my CAD designer create the sock.
So other products. So this particular product has 5 SKUs?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I got a little
I'm
confused.
sorry, I'm learning this quote, so that's why I got on here.
No, that's great. So that's really important, that the secondary is that this product line can extend itself.
Yes.
But I think primarily when you're speaking to retailers, it's important that we talk about this product, mention those, but talk about this product, the price point, like Ruth mentioned. That's very important in your pitch.
Yes.
Because retailers want to know what it's going to cost them to manufacture it versus potential what they could sell it for.
Absolutely.
In what they're doing. So I think that you've hit all of these marks, and as a person who wears Skechers Fit Flops, because I need the arch, I can't wait to get a pair of these. I'm going to count me in.
Yeah. Great. Thank you very much.
Well done. We have one more.
I'm sorry. Sorry. I mean, it looks like they look like husband and wife. You know how you just sit side by side so cuddly? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know, I've already had success on fixing a man and a woman up. This, you know,
I have to fix my
Now you're making a different kind of pitch. Well, from an entrepreneurship perspective, you started correctly identifying the problem, which is important, because before you flip those boards up, I'm thinking like a buyer, why do I need another line of flip-flops? But you clearly identify the problem, which is good. I think what you probably heard is, and I tell this to all of my clients and all my students that I teach, when you're presenting to buyers of any sorts, you want to think 2 areas real broadly: merchant issues, and then marketing support issues. So questions on, well, how much can I buy it for? What's my margin? Things like that. Really should sort of, you got to get those up front earlier rather than later. If you wait too long, they're going to stop you and say, wait a minute, I need to know, can I make money at this? One thing I didn't hear is, who's my customer? And I think you want to think about that, because saying there's a problem out there, but then I'd like to know who you're selling it to. And I think if your visual is expressing, let's say, a younger individual, but think about who your customers are, and make sure you don't use, well, anybody who wears shoes, because that immediately will give your credibility a bit kaplunk. But I do like the fact that you're using the visuals to get the point across. and you sound like you know your business well. So as a startup, you won't know some of the things that the ladies here were asking, but because you've got that, like, gee, she really knows what she's talking about. Even if you miss something, you're probably okay. So that's the two things, is you're doing the problem recognition really well. But then go back and do some research on who's your customer.
Thank you. I missed something because it's all in here.
Okay.
I did have a PowerPoint that I placed copies for the 3 of you. I'm so sorry, can you guys share? And I made sure yours was blue to match Pathmark. I know you have on the sweater and things, so I'm very good for this tradition.
Thank you.
And you guys, sorry. Thank you very much for having me.
That was really good.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something else that retailers love is the fact that you had ways to sell, to demonstrate. If you have an easy way, we used to call them like the end caps. You do these bins and you just pop them up and you put on it. It helps the retailer say yes. And not say no. So once you get that tree ready to go, you're ready to start sailing. I'm serious.
Yeah, in fact, I was going to mention, I'm sorry, I forgot. The tree idea is fabulous. Now, not every retailer will allow you to do in-store display, but if you have an idea like that, you're going to get someone to say, great, when can you ship me those displays? Which means think through developing that display, because that might give you the edge over somebody else.
Okay, great, thank you. I placed it on order. I'm just waiting for it. So I'm kind of doing everything you're going to say.
That's good.
Thank you
Good
very
job.
much.
And I love these.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.